Well, this is the day that we've been waiting for, the start of the campaign 2017. Always a special day in the calendar. The Yorkshire lads, of course, warming up, welcoming new man Peter Hanscom from Australia, making his debut. He arrived on Tuesday night. And with injuries in the pace bowling department, a chance for two youngsters, Ben Coad and Josh Shaw. Hampshire, in cold and cloudy conditions, decided to bowl first. Another uncontested toss. Well, Alex Lees got underway well with a couple of boundaries off Abbott, and with the ball swinging around, both Lees and Live played sensibly. After 20 minutes, for example, 26 for no wicket, a very acceptable start. Lees drove an Abbott delivery past mid-off for another boundary, and the first 6 of the season went to Adam Live, who blasted Fidel Edwards over the mid-wicket ropes for 6. But then the splendid start came to an end as Lees was bowled by Edwards for 20. So enter new man Peter Hanscom, and he got off the mark with 2 runs down to third man. Adam Live brought up the 50 with an offside 4. He was driving particularly well through the offside, one of his trade shots. 2 4s and a 6 then in Live's 30. Some extra bounce gave Berg a wicket, unfortunately, and it was Live. He tried to move the bat away, but just edged it to the keeper, and he'd gone for those 30 runs. Hanscom got a thick outside edge to produce a 4 off Berg, and he also found the ropes off Abbott. And Gary Balance, the Yorkshire captain, was now at the crease, and for a time, Hampshire put pressure on with decent line and length from Berg and Abbott. I thought they bowled probably better in the second hour than they did in the first. Wheel and Irvine came into the attack, and Hanscom and Balance took a chancy single, but Carberry's throw was close, but not close enough at the non-striker's end, and they were home. Balance then struck a 4 between the gully and cover point, and we went into lunch with Yorkshire just having the better of things, only fractionally, 96 for 2, Balance 24, Hanscom 17. We've had 29 overs. Well, soon into session 2, Gary Balance, the new Yorkshire captain, brought up the 100 with a fine 4 off Berg through square leg, and Hanscom struck a wide delivery from Edwards to the boundary, and a single from Hanscom, the new man, brought up the 50 partnership. But then Edwards struck, clean bowling the Australian for 25, 110 for the loss of 3 wickets. Now, were we anticipating a collapse? We weren't, but it happened. Leaning soon struck a 4 as Berg overpitched, but his stay was short as Berg trapped him LBW for 7 and Yorkshire 125 for 4. The alarm bells are starting to ring a bit. A fierce bouncer saw Balance get a fortunate 4 off Edwards, and the skipper moved to 40 with 2 runs off Edwards through square leg. Bresnan was another victim of the pace of Edwards, who bowled him for naught, and Hampshire taking 3 for 37 in the afternoon session in 40 minutes. The dramatic collapse continued as Hod departed for naught, caught at second slip to give Abbott his first wicket, a catch from Russo. Rafiq produced a 4 to ease the tension, but Yorkshire had suffered a collapse of some proportions. Balance continued to time the ball well and gained another 4 off Berg, and he continued to impress as he dispatched a full toss from Berg to the ropes for his half-century, 7 4s from 102 balls. But then a further wicket. Rafiq bowled by Abbott, who was really getting into his stride. Out for 6, Yorkshire 152 for 7. Spin was introduced via Liam Dawson, and Patterson, a much improved tail-ender with the bat, neatly turned him away for 2 down to square leg. A short delivery from Edwards was put away by Patterson through the covers of 4 as the partnership reached 40. And Patterson was supporting the skipper really well against some aggressive bowling from Fidel Edwards. The 200 came up, and much to the delight of the Yorkshire supporters, who applauded the bonus point. The 50 partnership followed as Yorkshire started to fight back. Balance hit spinner Dawson for 4 wide of cover, and a further 4 took him to 92. And then Patterson got in on the act, hitting Wheel to the ropes with a firm straight drive. Gary Balance, at his best in this one, completed his century with back-to-back 4s, a superb innings with 14 4s, and a great fight back by Yorkshire, although full marks to Hampshire, who for me won the session. Yorkshire 231 for 7, 64 overs, Balance 102, Patterson 22. Well, Balance started off well after tea with a series of fours, and with Patterson's help, another bonus point as Yorkshire went past 250. Next landmark, the 100-run partnership for the two, and they continued to go well, but then Dawson produced a fine delivery of spin, which hit the footmarks and bowled Balance for 120. Patterson continued to find the ropes, but Newman Josh Shaw only stayed with him a short time. He perished LBW to Dawson for just 3 runs. Ben Coad produced a boundary through the offside, but then was superbly caught by Vince off wheel. Patterson not out 37 as the innings closed Yorkshire 273, and for the record it was Yorkshire on the bonus point scale 2 and Hampshire 3. Now Hampshire came to the crease and got moving as Jimmy Adams hit a short delivery from Coad through the offside for 4, but the response was great from the young man, getting Adams LBW for 5 with the score on 6. Now we're going to see some sensational details now, because really Ben Coad took Hampshire apart after this. A delivery from him was set up and Vince struck it to the boundary, but moments later he struck again as Vince hit a ball on the up and Lees took a fine catch. The Hampshire skipper gone for 6. Russo got underway with 3 runs and Carberry belted Bresnan for a 6 over mid-wicket and then punched one down the ground for 4. Russo got a 4 down to firm man off Patterson and repeated it, but then Coad struck again, leaning taking the catch to get rid of the dangerous Carberry for 31. The young bowler from Harrogate continued to pulverise Hampshire as Irvine was next to go, caught by the skipper Balance for 0. Hampshire 55 for 4, all 4 to Coad, but the young lad had not finished as he trapped the dangerous Russo LBW for 23. So Yorkshire in charge after day 1. Hampshire 58 for 5, trailing by 215 runs. Big day, big start for Yorkshire.